Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our podcast, Modeling Success Successfully. I'm your host, Gorma Guitar, and I'm sorry for the camera lagging. This is the issue of going live. I promise it's going to get fixed the second we start rolling. It warms up and then it gets better. Nasa, how are you? Welcome.
I'm doing
And
well.
let me, we did fix this problem, and it seems to be here again. But all right, there you go. Warming up, warming up. Here we go. Welcome back to our podcast, Modeling Success Successfully. I'm your host, Gorma Guitar. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, this is a good time to subscribe and comment below that you've subscribed so you can enter our monthly shout out giveaway. So, for today's podcast, we have a very special guest from Dare2Speak community, which is a nonprofit platform who also do podcasts created by six strong black women. What started off, oh, we do have a guest coming in. We have Jessica Sunshine joining us as well. So
Yes.
there we go. Let's bring Jessica as well in, and I will continue the introduction. Jessica, welcome. How are you?
Hey, sis.
Hello, can you hear us, Jessica? Jessica is on mute. There you go. She unmuted. How are you?
Hey, I don't know what's going on. My signal is really bad.
No worries, no worries. This is live, and our viewers understand technical difficulties do happen. I just went through the same thing myself. So this is totally fine. Jessica, I was introducing, and I was in the middle of the
Hey.
introduction biography of Dare to Speak community, and we left off at Dare to Speak community is a nonprofit platform who also do podcasts created by six strong black women who started off as conversations amongst friends, grew into planning of a platform for our communities to educate, vent, heal, laugh in unity. And unity is the key word, ladies and gentlemen. Dare to Speak was created on sisterhood, a shared vision and foundation to empower not only ourselves but our community as well. They use their platform to educate the masses on day to day issues that most people face. In addition, they use their platform to collectively find solutions to these issues and invite those with insight, knowledge, and experience to add to these conversations themselves, which is another reason we're doing this podcast, ladies and gentlemen. So, Dare to Speak's goal is to empower the people to be change they want to see by actively getting involved in their communities and being bold and proud while doing so. This is a message from Dare to Speak community, and this is to our viewers. And I'm personally taking this message on myself also. Here is the message: Dare to Speak community challenges you to love yourself, serve the community, be bold, be clear, and speak up. We dare you. Thank you so much for that. Without further ado, please, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome in Naisea, and Jessica will come back once the camera is on. Naisea, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I'm doing very, very well. Thank you. Oh,
Thank you
did I
so
lose you?
much. Yes, I'm here. I'm here. I just put you on a to
Oh,
be yeah. I put you to be yourself. This way, I want the attention to be on you, and then we'll
oh,
switch
okay.
back and forth. Definitely. How are you, Naisea?
I
Everything is
am.
good.
Everything is great. Today is a beautiful day, beautiful Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there that are watching. But I am blessed and highly favored, and I'm just happy to be here today.
Amazing, amazing. Yes, happy Mother's Day to all the
Hi.
mothers and to all the future mothers that are going to be mothers. This is a very special day simply because without our mothers, without you guys, none of us would be able to literally be here.
Exactly.
So for that, I honestly think being a mother is one of the toughest professions that has been undervalued. It's starting to gain more light as social media came around, but I think it's one of the hardest jobs on the planet Earth that is undervalued, and not a lot of people bring attention to it. The reason I'm saying that is because I am raised by a single strong mother, and I couldn't be more proud of her. So thank you guys so much, and let's move right straight into the conversation. I want to know more about you guys' amazing community. And when I was reading up on you guys a little history, I came across this amazing statement, and I wanted to ask and about it so you guys can bring more attention to it and have our viewers to possibly have a change of not a mindset but perspective, because perspective a lot of times offers roadblocks for us.
Right.
So the question I have for you is, Naisea, what does the following saying stand for and mean to you? Self-love is the value, compassion is the currency. And if you like, I can repeat it. Self-love is the value, compassion is the currency.
Right.
I love that. If you could
Yes.
please tell us more about that.
Most definitely. So, with Dare to Speak, one of our biggest task that we are trying to achieve when we talk to our community is the importance of self love. Self love is the value. When you value yourself, when that's the self love portion of it. You have to love yourself, and once you love yourself, then you are at a mind state to know how to teach someone how to love you, what to expect. Um, in situations when you work with, either if it's someone, a significant other, friends, other family members, if you value yourself first, if you put respect, if you respect yourself first, then that is that compass of self value. Compassion is uh, forgiveness is the key as well, because you have to forgive in order to move on. If you hold on to those the things that make you angry, or make, or that self doubt, you will never really truly be able to achieve that value of self love. You have to learn to forgive yourself for whatever mistakes you made, because although they are mistakes, they made you into the person who you are today. And once you learn from those mistakes, then you are able to achieve whatever greatness is set off in your path. So that's our pretty much our message to the people when we discuss self love. And our whole a lot of our episodes on our first season of our podcast is on that premise of love, self love, love in relationships, love your
Mhm,
family, just loving yourself. Because you, in
mhm.
order to love your community, you first have to love yourself. Once you love yourself, then you can spread that love to the people around you.
Amen. So true. So true. Everything starts from the source. Everything starts from within. Everything starts from the person. You touched up on amazing topics. Thank you so much, Nisea. And I believe that says a lot about where you come from, simply because, like, again, I'm going to use the same word, perspective. Perspective creates the avenues we take. And
Exactly.
self-love, if you're understanding that in order for you to be an addition, a positive addition to the community, first you need to be a positive addition within yourself internally when
Exactly.
you're alone. So that right there hit home for me. Thank you so much.
Oh
And I
yes.
hope that was actually relatable for our viewers too, because it's an important piece of information where not many people think that self-love is as important as, for example, coming off to others that they want to please. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people are really confused about that, where they, especially in my culture, it's really known to be able to please everybody and put yourself last. And I come from a very you couldn't even consider a third world, I would even say a fourth world country, but over
Mm-hmm.
there everything is based on respect. Not much money goes around, a lot of favors go around. But at the same time, if you don't look internally, you're not going to be able to keep your family on point. And that's one thing I would actually see the difference in, where people don't put themselves first, where I come from, which
Right.
is not really working well for their families. Because at the end of the day, if you're the leader of your family, well, whoever is following you, they're going to deal with the consequences as well.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Thank you for that amazing answer. I have a follow-up question.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not a follow-up question. It's more of another question that I would
Okay.
like to know by your community. And I feel like the world that's watching this live and they're going to watch afterwards as a video format are still going to get to learn a lot from it. And
Oh,
here
most
it
definitely.
is. Why is there power in forgiveness? And why do people resist it so much?
Um, well, there's power in forgiveness, because that's that's the process of you moving on. When you don't forgive, that you hold on to so much hate, you hold on to so much guilt, and that's really what sets you back. Because if you think about it, some people hold on regret. Some people hold on so much anger
Yeah.
from a situation that happened 10, 15 years ago, and they still bring it up as if it's present day. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, if you keep on with harboring that anger, and that guilt, that self-doubt, or whatever that feeling may be, then it's going to hinder you from really achieving greatness. So that's why it's important to forgive yourself, to forgive others as well. Forgiveness is the key. That's the only way that we feel, as Dare to Speak, we feel that we can truly move on from past traumas that has impacted many people, but not only forgiving people, but also collectively coming together to
Mm-hmm.
find a solution and how we can work together to forgive, but
Yeah.
also work together to move past and create something bigger and better, that it won't be so much harboring on those negative emotions. We're all
Right.
about positivity, and in order to be positive, you first have to learn forgiveness. And that's either forgiveness of yourself, forgiveness of someone else, forgiveness of your mom, your dad, your brother, your best friend, or an old friend that you had 10, 15 years ago that you haven't spoke to in years because you're still harboring on anger or whatever negative emotion you have.
So true. We're having issues with hearing
That.
you. There you go. You're
Can you hear me
back.
now?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay, sorry about that.
No worries.
But
You're
yeah, you
good.
just have to learn how to move past that. And it's not a task at all. No,
Uh, yes, we're
things
losing your
that you
voice. It's
can learn
going
to
back
do.
and forth. I'm sorry. I
Can,
believe there might be a loose connection with the wire, perhaps. Or
can
there
you
we
hear me?
go. Yes. Awesome. Yes, you were saying,
I
please.
think I lost you.
Oh, can you hear me? I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. What about you? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What about you?
Oh, what's happening?
Oh, well, she'll be back. She'll be back. That's okay. She'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. And she touched up on multiple amazing points. She'll join us back and we'll bring it over. And I wanted to go over the points real quick while she's fixing the situation. So compassion and forgiveness. That's an amazing point she just made. And there she is back. There
Okay,
you are.
sorry
Welcome
about
back,
that.
Naisaya. No
Not quite
worries,
sure
no
what
worries.
happened.
Let's not blame nobody. This is live, and we're lucky enough to be able to do this from being so far away.
Right.
Yeah, so we're still thankful. We were at compassion forgiveness, and where that's where
Yes,
we were
but
at.
yeah, like I was saying, you just have to learn how to have that compassion for yourself, compassion for others. Learn to
Hmm.
forgive yourself and forgive others. That if I'm not sure what anyone's religion is, be it
Hmm.
if you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, if whatever your religion is. But a lot of religions have similar aspects, and one thing that you can really take on multiple religions is the importance of forgiveness and the importance of having compassion for the people. We are, God placed us on this earth to be servants of the people. And in
Hmm.
order to be servants of the people, you have to learn how to have compassion and empathy for others, as well as forgive others, forgive yourself, so that we can work together and build a better world for each other.
Well said, Nisa. Well said. That great point. And I wanted to put it in my own words and repeat it back to you. See if I got the message right. In other way, get out of your own way. Don't think of the story that or situation that happened the multiple years back and put the energy into it and let that to become a roadblock. So it's like you in a way become in your own way. You hold your own self back. Is that pretty much the message?
Basically,
Not in entirety, of course.
yeah, not of course not in entirety. Everybody's situation is different,
Hmm.
but you don't want to harbor those negative emotions, because they really hinder you from really moving forward, and being the best you, reaching your
Yeah.
fullest potential. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel angry. Those are natural emotions. I'm definitely not saying to not feel those emotions, because those are natural, but you don't want those emotions to hinder you. So feel
Hmm.
how you feel in the moment, but move past. Find a way to move past whatever your self-care method is, whatever you do to really relax and reflect. Do that, so that the more you reflect, the more you can think about, okay, this wasn't something, it didn't go my way, or this person made me mad, but you know what, I'm not gonna let that mess up my day. I'm not gonna let that mess up my week. I'm not gonna let that mess up my journey, my purpose, and the reason why I was placed on this earth. I'm gonna move forward, learn from my mistakes, learn from those emotions, learn from whatever that experience was, and move on from that.
Mm-hmm. You're so good at explaining. Actually, I made a note over here next to where the question I asked how, and that was going to be my next question: how our listeners can help themselves and try to move forward. And you just explained it in 4 or 5 different ways. So to our viewers, if you were wondering how you can move forward and not become a roadblock for your own self, that's exactly how. Feel free to rewind the live stream or the video format, make a note, and watch that 2 3 minute part of NASA all over again until it clicks in. She just explained step by step how you can help yourself to move forward. It's just a matter of staying aware and recognizing the situation, understanding where you want to be instead, and
Hmm.
taking actions towards it.
Yep.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for that, Nisa.
Yep.
And I'm gonna cross that question off too because you answered it before I even got to ask. That's awesome. And I have another question for you. How can our listeners make their dreams, their visions, their goals become part of this reality?
Well, first things first, I would say write down your goal, write down your vision, because once it's put on paper, what I like to say, once it's placed on paper, it's already out in the universe. So now, once it's on paper, now you figure out ways to achieve that goal. For example, if you were thinking about applying for college, okay, so you wrote your goal down. I want to apply for this college, and hopefully get this amount of money to go to school.
Hmm.
All right, so it's already written down. Now, what you do is you take those steps. Excuse me. You take those necessary steps to achieve that goal. You call around. You ask for assistance. You might be able. Oh, hey
Hey,
Tab.
girl.
Another member of Dare to Speak on right now.
Yes, we will get to her right after you finish your
So
thought.
yeah, I mean, to manifest anything, I would say first is to write it down. Once you write it down, I feel like it's already placed in the universe. So then moving forward, now you're just working towards reaching that goal. Like I said, it could be asking questions to people who may be in that same experience. It may be asking a mentor, asking your parents, asking your friends, doing your own personal research. Google is out there. You could type anything in the Google search engine, and a list of resources will come up for you. It's
It's
all
like
about
modern day
doing the
genie.
work. Nothing in this life comes free, unfortunately, besides the air that we breathe. But
Well,
God,
yet I believe they'll find a way to monetize that too.
yeah,
Oh,
you know what? I think you're right.
they already do that on airplanes. We pay air fee when we take airplanes, so
Oh my
they're
True.
just
goodness, I didn't
yeah.
even know that.
Yeah, it's part of the fees. We pay like 20, 30 fees on a ticket. It's part of the fees is the air. We pay for the air we breathe on the air cabins. Yeah.
You learn something new every day.
I say that too.
But yeah, it's
Yes.
just all about writing things down, working towards that goal. Life isn't easy, but it is attainable. So whatever goal that you have, you can attain it. You just have to work towards it. Push yourself through those hard moments, because hard moments and obstacles, stumbling blocks, as we like to call them, will come about. But it's just that, a stumbling block. Once you figure out, okay, I can't do it this way, but let me think about it.
Mhm.
Okay, I could do it this way. So then you literally circling right around that stumbling block and going right on your path. It's just
Right.
about finding a way to really reach your goal, manifest your goals, reach your goals, and just really walk in the purpose that you're meant to walk in.
Understood. Very well put. Thank you so much for that again, Nisa. And Tab, how are you? Welcome.
Hey, it's
Pleasure
me,
to have
Tabitha.
you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome,
Sorry for the
welcome,
late
welcome.
arrival.
Oh, please do not be. Please do not be sorry. It is a Sunday, and I want to thank both of you guys for making the time to be here. And I want to again wish anyone that is a mother or a future mother a happy Mother's Day. I
Oh, thank
appreciate you
you.
guys for being here. Tab, since you joined us mid question, I want to ask the same question to you as well. What does um not actually, let me, yes, I will ask the same question because I do want your opinion too. We're all different and unique in
Yeah.
our own ways. How can our listeners make their dreams and their vision and their goals become part of this world, part of this reality? What would you suggest them to do as a grounding starting point?
First and foremost, you always have to have faith in yourself. A lot of people are looking for that validation from other people. And it always starts with yourself. So once you validate yourself and saying that I'm capable of doing this, I'm capable of achieving this, then, like she said, it's manifestation from that point. Speaking
Mhm.
it into existence. Affirmations daily to yourself. You don't always want to tell your left hand what your right hand is going to do. So keeping some of that information to yourself and making plans and building by
Mm.
yourself is always important because you always know what your end goal is. When you don't have a lot of people involved in what you want to do, then it's not too much in your ear to take you away from that. So definitely just believe in yourself first, validate yourself first, affirm yourself first, and then put those things into play. Like she said, you have to research what it is that you're doing and how to get there. Look at people who are already where you are and the steps that they've taken. Those are not going to be your exact steps, but you can alter those steps to fit what you want to do. And so that's very encouraging when people see that you are able to encourage yourself, learn for yourself, and then go from there. It is the best way to put yourself and your business and your dreams out there.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, absolutely. And in my opinion, part of the reason is because of that accomplishment feeling when you yourself get something done. That builds up a confidence block, wherever the size of that block is. And it builds up that confidence that we all need. And in order, the only way to get that confidence is by doing it yourself, accomplishing
Mm-hmm.
it yourself, finishing it. Otherwise, it's just going to be someone who did it for you, and next time around when you face the same situation, simply you're going to look around and look for external help instead of
Right.
being looking inwards. And Nesa, you're on speaker, I mean, you're on mute, I'm so sorry. And this exact topic that Nesa actually made it to right when we started, of the looking inwards and starting to love yourself before you can put the love out to others and in a community. And you
Exactly.
just made the same point in a different conversation. It explains why you guys do co-podcasting and everything, because you guys vibe on the same frequency.
Yes.
So there you go. It
Yes.
all makes sense. That I'm happy to have you guys over. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And my camera is acting up, sorry. All right, guys, moving forward, I have a follow-up question, and this question applies for both of you. So we'll start, Nasa will answer, and then we'll give Tab an opportunity to answer. So the question is as follows: how does consistency matter in, maintaining or in anything that you want to do? How does consistency matter, and what kind of impact does it make?
Consistency is very important. Like I stated earlier, life is not an easy task.
Mhm.
Walking your journey of life is not an easy task. Some people do have it easy, but for most, it's not easy. So being consistent in the goal that you want to reach, you have to know that you have to stay consistent with it. You have to every day you have to manifest something different, and we're trying to reach the same goal.
Mhm.
And I say that to say this because what what might work for someone else may not work for you. So you have to figure out what works for you, and that is a part of that consistency. You have to learn to stay on your path. You have to learn that you might reach those stumbling blocks, but those are just stumbling blocks. Stay consistent with what you want to go, because there is light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to find that light, and in that light, you're gonna go through a little bit of darkness, but there's always gonna be a light at the end of the tunnel. And once you reach that, you're gonna look back and like, I reached my goal because I stayed consistent. I stayed focused. It's all about staying focused, staying consistent, and just really believing in yourself. You know, my sis Tab said earlier, you know, a lot of people look for validation from others, but
Hmm.
you seek that validation within yourself. Once you seek that validation within yourself, then you know that I can obtain any goal that I want to obtain. I just have to stay consistent and believe in myself. Once you do those two things, you can achieve whatever goal that you want to achieve.
Absolutely.
Very well put. Tab, would you like me to repeat the question?
Yes, please. One more time.
Of course, because we're focused on Nasa's answer, which
I
was
was
amazing, and I want
real
to.
good.
Yes, definitely. And before I repeat the question for Tab to answer, I wanted to highlight Nasa's answer. What stuck to me the most is consistency, discipline. You need to be able to be disciplined to stick to it, and one of the best ways to understand about yourself if you're disciplined or not is when you find yourself doing something and you don't like doing it, you rather not do it, and yet you continue to do it so you can be done with it. That's called discipline. That means you have discipline if you can do that. So,
Yeah.
Tab, the question was, does how does consistency matter in maintaining or growing or starting anything, whether it's a project or a business or a task? What kind of role does consistency play in it?
Consistency to me is kind of like when they say it takes 21 days to either develop or break a habit.
Hmm.
Um, I line that with consistency all the time when I think about what it's going to take to get where I'm going. Um, if you stop, if you start something 3 days and then you stop focusing on it for 4 days, you're starting over every single time. So you're pushing yourself back. Consistency is what gets you ahead faster. And it doesn't seem like it's faster because it's not on your clock. Your clock is
Hmm.
tomorrow, typically, you know. But when you're talking about consistency, it's discipline. It's you gotta want to thrive. You gotta know that the rough patch is worth the success. And when you're consistent with something, you feel great about it. Just like we were talking about working hard on things. When you work hard
Hmm.
for something for yourself and you gain it, when you buy your first car and you know that you put cash into that car and you work overtime for that car, that was consistency. You knew that for 2 months straight, you had to work overtime, you had to be on time, you had to save this amount of money. You put yourself in the mindset to say, this is where I want to grow. If you can maintain that mindset with that consistency, you have no problem. I have a problem with
Unstoppable.
consistency sometimes. And then when I realize that I'm lacking, I press myself harder and harder and harder and harder. And it seems like I'm hard on myself in that moment, but I'm not because I lacked that consistency at one point, and now I got to play catch up. So it's a game of catch up when you lack consistency. Things come faster.
Exactly. So
I
true.
agree.
And that's so true. And Nisa, would you like to add anything?
No, I was just saying I agree 100%.
Same here,
100%.
same here. And like DJ Khaled says, otherwise you're playing yourself because
Yes.
you're gonna be the one
Exactly.
doing the catch up. You know, it's not like someone else is gonna do it for you. So don't play yourself. Get it done. In fact, you wanna do tomorrow's if you possibly can a little bit that you can do tomorrow. Do it today. You're ahead. You're ahead of your
Yeah.
own schedule. Now, and I personally, this message resonates with me a lot, and I feel like I'm gonna take it with me throughout the rest of my life. Is um, you need to have self dependence no matter what the amount of the task is, whether it's taking the trash out or whether it's opening your own business. You need to have a mindset of, if I'm choosing to do this, I need to rely on myself and not expect help from others. And when you have that kind of mindset, you start working on your craft, automatically people start helping you. And that's just how life goes. If you ask for people to come do it for you, nobody's going to help you. But when you're doing it, even when you're struggling, it doesn't matter. As long as you're doing it, you're going to get help. So when you start helping yourself, you continue getting help from others. It
Facts.
that's what I've learned. And so the follow up mess in question I have for you guys is, um, We're doing this. For example, the podcast and everything, and my camera is acting up. I hope my voice is not acting up as much. And I wanted to ask and get your opinion to why. Like, why do all this? Why impact and influence others? Wh- And if you could, Tab, if you could please answer the question. And Tab, you're on. Oh, okay, you're off mic now. Awesome. So the question is, why impact and influence others?
I think that the purpose of influencing others is really mainly the next generation and people coming after you. Everybody wants to live somewhere better. So, in efforts of in building a better tomorrow, you have to train and inform other people on where you're coming from, or what you're doing, and what you're doing is important.
Tab, we lost Tab. Okay, so Tab will join us back. Nasa, let me repeat the question to you until Tab comes back. Why put so much energy and effort to influence and impact our viewers? What does that mean to you?
To me, it's very important to influence and empower others. For the simple fact that there's too many repeated cycles. And I say that to say there's too there's so many people that have so much trauma that been passed down for generation and generations and generations. And the reason why we put so much emphasis on empowering others is because we want other people to learn from past mistakes. We want to find ways to had to move forward and have a better world to where people aren't going hungry, people aren't going without, people aren't don't have a shelter or jobless, houseless. These things impact people on a day-to-day basis. So we empower people to first love themselves, but then to also show their love and compassion to others as well. Because, like I stated earlier, God placed us on this earth to be servants of the people. We are servants of the people. So, that doesn't mean you have to go out and feed the homeless every day. If that's not what you want to do, that's totally fine. But find your passion, find your niche, and how you can make the world a better place.
Yeah.
And that's why we put so much emphasis on empowering others, especially when it comes to our youth. Our youth models our behavior. So if we're, going around, cussing everybody out, stealing from other people, not showing empathy to others, the youth is seeing that and they're going to grow up and do the exact same thing. But as we've seen in the past and time again, that's not helping humanity. That's hindering humanity.
True.
So why don't we empower others to do greatness? Why don't we empower others to be compassionate? Why don't we empower others to love themselves and to love others and serve themselves and to serve others? That's what Dare to Speak is about. We created this platform slash podcast because we wanted to expound greatness amongst other people. We are all women in different milestones of our lives. Some of us are mothers. Some of us are married. Some of us are single. Some of us are in college. Some of us are, have been in our careers for 10 years and so on and so on. But we know that throughout those years, we made mistakes. We made things that has maybe alter some type of way of how we look at in our reality. But in that, we came out on the other end. So why not empower others to know, to empower them to see that you can come out on the other end. You just have to work
So
towards
true.
it. And you work
So
towards that. Bring somebody else along for that journey. Teach them not to make those same mistakes that you made. And
exactly.
that's how we continue to empower ourselves, empower our community, empower our youth to be greater people.
So true. So true. Thank you so much for that detailed answer, Nasa. And you've touched up on amazing points again, and the positivity aspect of it. I like to give this example. And I 100% agree with what you said. And this example is going to basically put things in perspective. Instead of doing something negative or causing some any amount of negative harm to others and knocking off that negative domino effect, it's only going to create negativity in the forward. Why not
Right.
create a positive domino effect? Do something good for someone. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be financial. Just knock off a positive domino effect so it can create positive chain reaction. And that's basically what I personally believe in and do my life by. And I feel like you're gonna get a lot less harm back by giving good versus giving bad. It's plain and simple. It's not rocket science, right? But a lot of people expect to receive a lot of good stuff but not give back. It does not work that way. It's a two-way street. In fact, a lot of the good things in life happened when the first person gave and then continued giving, and they got recognized and rewarded for it down the line. So if you're expecting to receive it, I think it's going to be a long wait. Definitely. um awesome. Thank you for that, Nasa. And Tab, did you get to answer this question, or were you
I'm sorry, I got disconnected, but
yes,
my
the
point
question
was
was why to impact and influence others.
um because it's just the only way that people feel that love. Some people just genuinely don't know what it feels like to love. Some people have been people to do it for themselves all the time, and so they don't have that heart to give because they feel like people should be able to get out and get it themselves. Whether
Hmm.
it's love, financial support, um, advice, just a caring heart. I personally have done things like gave a person a hug that just said that they were having a bad day and all
Hmm.
they needed was a hug. You're a stranger to me, but that hug can go a long way. And so it's demonstration. It's work by demonstration. People don't can hear everything you say and see you do differently. And that's what matters. What do people see you doing? What's perceived? And so if we're putting out a positive message and we're putting out positive action, I mean, love is something that just bounces off of people. You can't help but feel it when it's given to you and it's genuine. So it's just about spreading positivity, but also informing people that there's another way to live life, and that's by giving. And when we give whatever it is that we have to offer people, whether it's our time or whatever, that they're going to put it forward, even if they don't notice that they're putting forward the same thing that they've been given.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Very well put. Very well put. And energy, energy. It means a lot. When you're giving love to someone, you can't fake an energy. That just like you said, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna know. And I like to title that energy, and that's something like charisma. Like for example, when you're shooting a video, for example, if you don't care about the topic that you're making the video on, you're not going to be excited about making it, and people watching are going to be able to tell because of the energy. So it's the same thing that you explained that, and again, I 100% agree with that too. And viewers are going to say Gore is a yes man. Well, if that makes me a yes man to agree with people who share the same opinion, then that's fine, you can call me that. But I honestly do agree with that, and that's how I conduct my life too. Like I've built multiple businesses from scratch. I have many people working with me currently also, and I always tell my guys and my girls and everybody, I tell them, guys, we're a team. We see each other almost more than we see our own family members a lot of times. The least we can do is create an environment where everyone wants to go to, instead of saying I can't wait to get out of here, because I've personally worked in many places. Like I'll give you an example. J.C. Penney. Years back, many years back, I used to work at a home department at J.C. Penney. My part of my job was to help the customers, check them out, and fix the towels, beds, pillows, everything basically to be ready. And what I've noticed was I hated going to work because of the managers and everything I had. Everyone was just nagging and everything. Just because one of the edge was not folded correctly, someone has to talk down on you. Like I don't like environment like that. And I told myself, I'm going to create my own work, and I'm going to have my own team, and I'm going to make sure that people work there want to work there. And my team, many guys have been there with me since day one, and we all have families, we all take care of them because of the mindset that we share, and the same mindset that I just noticed that you guys said it too. So I relate with that a lot. I appreciate you guys, and I want to thank you guys for making the time to be here during our podcast. And I want to ask you to where our viewers can get connected with you guys and know more about the amazing community, Dare to Speak community you have created. If you guys could tell our viewers, please.
Yes, so you can find us, of course, at dare2speak.org. So that's www.dare2speak.org. That is our website. It has like everything about us. Our links are there. We also are on Facebook. You can find us at Dare to Speak on Facebook. We also have an Instagram, Dare to Speak underscore Nasa.
Underscore in the beginning.
Yes.
And
I,
then
I tagged
Twitter.
you
No
guys a
underscore.
few times today. That's the only reason I know.
Yes, because we have a Twitter and an Instagram, and the underscore is just an opposite end. So find us everywhere, y'all. We are always looking for new insight. If you have questions, if you want to hear us talk about something, if you find importance in something in your community, please drop it in our DMs and let us know. We will make sure that we address that, discuss it, help you find the answers that you're looking for. Um, we're always open to insight. So like, share, subscribe, leave comments. We're always open. We're on YouTube, Podbean. So just find us wherever you are. I'm pretty sure we are. And if you have anything you want to share with us, please do. We're always open to insight.
Amazing. Nasa, anything you would like to add?
Yes, we are always, always.
Nasa, we can't hear
Yeah,
you.
just like my sister said, any input that you have, any topics. Oh, you can. Can you hear me now?
It
Yeah.
comes and goes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. I just
Uh-oh.
want to say, like my sister said, any topics, any advice, any comments that you want to leave, please let us know. We are always open to hear from you. This is the reason why we created Dare to Speak, because we want to hear from others, and the things that impact them daily, because there might be things that we talk about that you might have a different experience on, and we want to hear that. We want to hear about your experience, and how that has influenced you, and the way that you either you move on your day-to-day basis. So please follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are always open for suggestions and always open to interview different people. So yeah, just follow us. We are here to stay. Dare to Speak is here to
Awesome.
stay. We are
Amazing.
always looking for new ways to influence our listeners. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Very
Dare to
good,
Speak.
Nasa. Very good. Well put. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you for watching it, all you have to do after the live stream, open the description section of this video. In the description section, you're going to find the names, the links, and everything that you need to find these amazing human beings and the community they have created. Also, in the description below, you're going to have their website as well, dare2speak.org. It's an organization, nonprofit organization. So please go ahead, help out, reach out if you have a story to share and empower the community, or help out others if you have knowledge that you can contribute and make someone's situation better. We're all open to that, and Dare to Speak community is there to assist you guys. You can connect with them with the information in the description below as well. Other than that, Tab, Nasa, thank you so very much for the time you guys
You're more than
created for our
welcome.
podcast. You guys are awesome. I know you guys are gonna light up any room you guys walk into, because your energy and your mindset is in the right place, and all you need is time, so you can make wherever you have in here part of the reality. I know you're gonna
Yes.
do it, because
How you doing?
perspective is everything, especially being in this country.
Thank you so,
So you have the
so
Thank
much.
you.
perspective on point. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
We'll speak
Y'all have a
later.
great day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you
Bye.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Be sure to subscribe, activate the bell, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye bye. Bye.